favorite part, put the notes away, call the action. One man will leave as world champion Lashley, looking for wrist control early on the champion.
I can guarantee you Lashley is prepared. He didn't come up into this matchup taking Eddie Edwards lightly, because Lashley came into this matchup as the challenger and not the champion.
Lashley not used to being the challenger. His third reign as world champion, he was so dominant. Defeated EC3 at Bound for Glory and looked damn unstoppable. And now Lashley just picked Eddie Edwards up and just drove him into the turnbuckle. Let me ask you, as the champion, if you're Eddie Edwards and the challenger just snatches you out of the air, drives you all the way to the other side of the ring, how does that affect your mind? Oh!
Oh, what a clothesline! How does that affect Lashley? Well, the champion is used to it. He's been in there with Lashley. He knows that Lashley is probably the most powerful man in all of entertainment right now.
And Eddie Edwards got caught there. Back elbow by Lashley. Some people questioned when I called Eddie Edwards a once-in-a-generation superstar. And he is. He's the world champion. He has said, oh, look at that. Eddie Edwards lands on his feet. He's talking about not being the biggest, not being the strongest, not even being the best. But he is always in the hunt. He is always in the fight. And that's what led him to the world title.
No one's going to argue with that, Josh. We all know that Eddie Edwards is a special type of athlete. That's why he's the world champion.
And make sure that all of you stay tuned after Impact to catch episode 3 of Wolf Creek before tomorrow night's brand new episode. It's one of the most thrilling events happening on TV. Again, stick around. At the conclusion of Impact, you'll see Wolf Creek episode 3, brand new episode tomorrow night. And Eddie Edwards flies over the top rope and takes out the challenger. Big move by the world champion, and that's what Eddie Edwards brings to the fight. That's the X factor that is Eddie Edwards. That's what led him to the dance and led him to a world championship.
Lashley has many ways of defeating his opponent. Poe personally thought that Lashley put Eddie on the outside to slow Eddie down, but then he made the mistake of going out there. Eddie capitalized. Eddie is in control.
How intense was the contract signing between these two? Eddie wanted to go. Eddie Edwards, I think once he slayed Lashley, once he defeated him, I don't think that Eddie, maybe he didn't fear him originally, but maybe Eddie thought, I can't beat this guy. Nobody can beat this guy.
Look at that throw by Lashley. When you have been in that type of position, the predicament that Eddie Edwards was just in, oftentimes you're going to start thinking that to yourself. You're going to doubt yourself here and there. Can I do it?
And Lashley, pure intensity from the challenger.
Did you see Eddie's eyes?
Yes. Almost rolled all the way to the back of his head. Lashley looks up at referee Brian Hebner. He's telling him to stop counting. There are a lot of people in Impact that do listen to the
On the hard ramp.
writhing in pain is the world champion. And Lashley takes his time and nonchalantly breaks the count.
Well, notice Lashley is not treating Eddie Edwards like he did when Lashley was the world champion in that matchup. This is something different. Lashley is a different type of athlete when he's focused.
But he did, as you were saying that, he did look to the crowd and he did mock them with the clapping. So that is still in play here for Lashley. Oh my God!
He just took Eddie Edwards and threw him into the crowd.
Are you kidding me?
Right there, Josh. That's not cockiness. That's confidence.
That's ego. One more look at the strength.
Unbelievable.
And this is where Lashley is so dangerous, when his confidence starts to grow, when Lashley can wear down his opponent. And Lashley slides underneath the bottom rope to break up the count of the official. Lashley can now go to the outside and inflict more pain and punishment, more damage to the world champion. The unstoppable juggernaut of force and control right now. And what does Lashley have in mind? Lashley took off his wristband, and now Lashley's choking the life out of the champion. The referee can't see this. Eddie Edwards is fading. The champion down. Eddie Edwards kicks out during the commercial break as we welcome everyone back. Lashley was forced to break the chokehold. The action back inside the ring.
Lashley has been putting a hurting on the champion, Eddie Edwards, and he has stopped Eddie from getting any type of momentum, and we know that Eddie needs that fast-paced offense to take down this Lashley.
Easier said than done, and you're in the ring with 277 pounds of Lashley in peak physical condition.
There's none in better shape. There's none in better conditioning than Lashley. The powerhouse, the tank that moves like a race car. Now that's a little cockiness there, partner.
Yeah, Lashley is starting to, the more he's in control of this match, the more his confidence and his ego grows. And now Lashley, he's got Eddie Edwards back up and he's just looking to take him down again. If you ask Lashley, Eddie Edwards as champion was a fluke, is a fluke.
Yeah, in his opinion, in Lashley's opinion, that's what he believes. He, in his mind, Lashley knows that there's nobody that can hold a candle to Lashley.
Bound for Glory last month, EC3 said that he felt that he was at the top of his game, that when he's feeling that way, and look at this, a high five from Lashley to referee Brian Hebner. He forced the referee to do that.
And he also kind of patted him in the face.
Eddie Edwards ducks, now Eddie Edwards. He's got a little bit going here, a flurry, can he keep it going? Build momentum, create space and separation. Hard into the buckle, and here comes Lashley, and there goes the challenger's down.
Wow, what a big boot by the champion. Put Lashley down, this may be the opportunity that he needs.
Can Eddie Edwards take advantage? Can Eddie Edwards capitalize? Can Eddie Edwards get back into this match and successfully defend his world title? Prove to Lashley that it wasn't a fluke. Oh, and a cross body by Lashley, shoulders down, and a kick out at 2.
Not often that we see something like that from the playbook of Lashley, but that tells me, hey man, Eddie's beginning to turn it up, and I gotta stop it however I can.
The flurry from Eddie. Lashley absorbed, and now he's back in control. How many more flurries do you think we're going to get from Eddie Edwards?
Oh. You know, Eddie is like a coffee pot.
Okay.
You know, the more that coffee drips, the more caffeine that's going to be there. And at any given moment, man, we just have to wait for it. Don't count the champ out just yet.
What did he say?
I'd love to see. Yeah, that right there, that was the look I was waiting for. That was the shot I was waiting for, to see the look in the eyes of Eddie Edwards. And now you have Lashley going to work here. Now you have Lashley with the delayed vertical suplex, looking to drive Eddie Edwards into the canvas. Eddie lands on his feet, and Eddie Edwards!
Nice counter into the powerbomb by the champ, Eddie Edwards.
The impact zone, trying to get behind the world champion.
Look at Eddie, he's going to the corner. He's trying to get himself up, had to use the ropes to help him.
And here comes Lashley, and Eddie gets the boot up at Lashley. Able to hang on and counter. Champion ducks, and here we go. Lashley, chest is getting lit up by the world champ. Oh, high back elbow. And now the flurry is turning into the momentum changing. Lashley with the reversal. Eddie hangs on. There goes the challenger. And Pope, I believe this is what you've been waiting for.
Well, Daddy, when you talk about the drip, drop, drip, is the coffee pot half full or is it half empty? It don't matter, because right here, right now, we're about to get that shot of caffeine.
The primal scream and howl of Eddie Edwards. And Eddie takes out Lashley. Remember how he won the World Championship. One more look at this amazing suicide dive between the top and middle rope from Eddie Edwards. Edwards. And I love what Eddie's doing right now. He's getting Lashley back into the ring. He's not going for that big move again. He's got the challenger where he wants him.
Well, one thing the champion knows, you're the champ because it happens in the middle of the
Here
ring.
we go, Shining Wizard. Shoulders down, and the champion almost retained. The Shining Wizard is performed to set up the Boston Knee Party. Confidence lives with the champion.
Well, Eddie knows again. Championship titles are won and lost in the middle of the ring, and he's looking to retain it by pinning Lashley again.
And now Lashley with that short arm reversal. Lashley's got the jam up. Whoa, he's got to hang on. He's got to hang on. Oh, my.
What power, what strength.
This is going to do it. We're going to have a new world champion. Edwards kicks out at 2. No, Eddie kicked out. This wasn't on the referee. The heart of the world champion.
That's where squatting 500 pounds comes into play on Lashley's end. I mean, man, he just muscled Eddie up.
Lashley wondering, what do I have to do next? What do I have to do to defeat this Lionheart, to defeat Eddie Edwards, to win the world championship? Oh, and a big shot. Whoa, Lashley all the way down. All the way down.
Here we go again.
Why not?
Why not?
Oh, rolls the dice and connects.
Double dose of caffeine right there, Daddy. Why not? If it works for you once before, why not do it again?
One more time, Eddie Edwards flies through the air. Love the shrug, and then just delivers. Lashley back in the ring. Gotta love what Eddie Edwards did. He didn't go in the ring. He's not looking for a count out. He wants to beat this man. Oh, my.
This has been an incredible match, back and forth, and you think back to their first few matches where Lashley was the juggernaut, but this man got cocky, and Lashley was too sure of himself and thought he picked an easy opponent in Eddie Edwards. Eddie caught Lashley unprepared and became the world champion. Lashley looks fully charged, fully ready to go, but he's got Eddie Edwards at his best. He's got a never-say-die champion in Eddie Edwards to contend with. Look at these two going back and forth.
Whoa! Talk about power.
You're not kidding. That is core strength from Eddie Edwards to Lashley. One more howl from Eddie Edwards and the stomp and the roll through. And oh, Eddie Edwards right to referee Brian Hebner. The referee's down. The match continues. Lashley from behind, and Lashley. But Lashley, he pulled the referee in front of him. Lashley may have cost himself the world title. He pulled the ref in front of him. We need an official. We need a referee. The champion is down.
Lashley did himself no favors.
We have a second official. The challenger to the cover. New champion, Eddie Edwards kicked out at 2. Eddie Edwards stays alive at 2. The champion kicked out, and Lashley is livid. Lashley lost his cool, and Lashley knocked out the referee. The second official is down. Lashley is overcome with rage, and now referee Brian Hebner's back in the ring. Brian Hebner's calling for the championship. What is Brian Hebner going to do? Is Lashley going to be disqualified? Lashley pleading his case. He's got to get his hand off the referee. Lashley wants this match to continue at all odds, and here we go. The champion at Boston Knee Party. Boston Knee Party. Boston.